VITSIT Overview. The Vegetation Index Time Series Imagery tool was developed by Iowa Soybean Association Center for Farming Innovation to communicate the difference between calibrated and uncalibrated imagery sources and to present time series of different vegetation indices of crop canopy in order to identify within-field yield variability zones. The VITSIT has 4 tabs. Let's begin with the introduction. This tab shows briefly the purpose of the tool. It provides informational videos, such as the one you're watching, and has a link to a 2019 paper from the Iowa State University Integrated Crop Management presentation that provides a wealth of detailed information about the project that led to the development of this tool. Let's begin with the Background tab. The background provides an image of the individual fields with their IDs that make up the calibration site. In 2015, Iowa Soybean Association partnered with Southern Illinois University at Edwardsville to test digital aerial imagery quality at a 200-acre site located a few miles from Collins, Iowa, which was graciously provided by 2 scientifically curious farmers. At the time of this recording, aerial imagery has been flown on these fields during each crop season between 2015 and 2019. Shown on the map is crop yield aggregated in the same 25 by 25 meter grid cells each year of the study to facilitate analysis. Each grid cell has a unique ID and is color-coded by the yield category, lowest in red, highest in dark green. Each year, reflectance bands of the aerial imagery were aggregated for the same 25 by 25 meter grid cells and named with the corresponding yield cell ID. As you will soon see, each line in the yield analysis graphs corresponds to an individual grid cell in the selected field across time. The color of the line is the same as the color of its corresponding grid cell. Unlike temperature or weight, image reflectance does not have a specific uniform scale. Unless calibrated, each image is scaled relative only to itself and therefore not comparable across time or location. In order to uniformly calibrate our aerial imagery, special calibration tarps with known percentage reflectance values were deployed prior to each image collection flight, which took place approximately every 2 weeks during the growing season. You can see a picture of the tarps on the left, and you can see them in the actual imagery in the picture on the right. Also included in the background information is a table of the vegetation indices included in the VITSIT. There are 12 individual indexes and the red, green, and near-infrared bands. Let's now take a look at the imagery. You can see the imagery for each year as either NDVI, Normalized Difference Vegetation Index, or as RGB, red, green, blue. Each day that image was taken is shown for each year. Finally, let's take a look at the yield analysis. Vegetation indices require calibrated imagery to calculate. So only red, green, and near-infrared have both. Each line in these graphs corresponds to a grid cell in the maps that you saw in the background. The color of the line is the same as of its corresponding grid square. In each graph that is calibrated, the percent reflectance value is shown in the y-axis, and the date of the imagery is on the x-axis. In uncalibrated imagery, these numerical values have no meaning other than relative to the actual picture that was taken at that time. Graphs can be displayed by individual grid cells, but they also can be shown as an average. When a crop is selected, a list of available fields pops up under Field ID. You can also, let's try corn. You can also show a different year for the same crop in the same field. You can show in-season rainfall, or you can show correlation between years. Thank you for taking time to watch this video and learn about the exciting work being done by the Iowa Soybean Association. Please see our other videos for more detailed information about understanding the yield analysis and imagery quality characteristics.